We just finished the first day of training camp for the Los Angeles Lakers, and we already have a massive update and are able to pick the brain of head coach JJ Redick and how he envisions this team to come out on the court opening night, and he reveals his plans for the future rotation of the Los Angeles Lakers. Welcome to Lakers Digest. My name is Hunter Pitcoff. We cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm looking at the subscriptions right now, and only 16% of our viewers are subscribed to our channel, whereas 84% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. You're watching the videos anyway. You might as well just take the time right now before we get into the meat and potatoes of our video today. Subscribe to the channel. Keep up with us. We're covering everything now. Basketball is going to be back soon. Friday, first preseason game for the Los Angeles Lakers. They're taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we might get a sneak peek of what JJ Redick was talking about today, and that is his plans with this Lakers roster. And this is what he said today after the first training camp, day one for the Los Angeles Lakers. He said that in terms of the rotation of this team, there's a lot of guys that will have a chance to play. And like I said, beyond the obvious guys, which he's referring to the starting lineup, Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, when he's healthy, Jackson Hayes, Max, Cam, and that's Max Christie, Cam Reddish, Jalen Hood-Schifino. I always envisioned a 9-man rotation in the regular season, and he also said that he was forgetting someone and that he couldn't think of who it was. Most people assume that it was the first-round pick in this year's draft, Dalton Connect. So if we go back to that graphic, because I can't count, when he says the obvious guys, the starting lineup, that's LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reaves, and D'Angelo Russell. That's 5. Gabe Vincent, 6. Jared Vanderbilt, 7. That would mean Jackson Hayes is 8. Max Christie, 9. Cam Reddish, 10. Jalen Hood-Schifino, 11. And then Dalton Connect would be 12. So, you know, if you're trying to do the math right now, he's saying a 9-man rotation, and he just named 12 guys. So that 12-man rotation, and maybe outside of the starting 5, and it sounds like Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt, those other 2 spots, it's going to come down to 5 other guys competing for those other 2 spots. And so today we're going to talk about who I think are going to be the 9 guys, if JJ Redick's going to stay true to this, that we will see in the rotation come opening night, which again, opening night, guys, October 22nd, ironically, against the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is who the Lakers start off their regular season against. And one guy I want to talk about in particular here, maybe addressing the elephant in the room a little bit, and that's the man who was undefeated versus Father Time in the NBA, and that is LeBron James. And he had a lot to say during media day, as well as after practice here for the Los Angeles Lakers. What he said yesterday, just because I think this will help give some context, he said he has a lot left in the tank. A lot. When he was asked how he was feeling ahead of his usual summer pace after playing for Team USA in Paris, where he brought home the gold for the Americans. And for LeBron James to say that, to feel that he has so much juice left in the tank in year 22, he's going to be 40 years old this year, is absolutely insane. We have never seen a player play this well at his age, this long into his career in the history of basketball. And honestly, guys, I'm not quite sure we are ever going to see someone play at this level. LeBron James is a freak athlete, but the way he's mentally approaching the game, stays locked in every single season, the way he takes care of his body, that's what makes him an all-time great. And we're talking about this timeline the Lakers have, but if LeBron James keeps playing the way he's playing and stays healthy the way he has been, the timeline is going to get longer and longer, guys, and LeBron James is going to have a chance to continue to beat Father Time, excuse me, and continue to really just, you know, he's playing chess while everyone's playing checkers out here. Let's just keep it a buck. He also said this too. This was today he said this. Actually, sorry, this was yesterday. But LeBron James also talking about the almost, I mean, you talk about the Olympics and how that rejuvenated him and gives him some extra motivation. But you talk about Bronny James here, of course, playing with his son and how it brings a lot of excitement and pure joy to be able to come to work every day, and put in hard work with your son and to continue to see him grow. So the Lakers drafting Bronny, everyone talks about the nepotism around it and this, that, and the third. Guys, there is nepotism in every single aspect of life, okay? And the Lakers, yes, they drafted Bronny, mainly because he's LeBron's son. But Bronny would have been on a summer league team. He may have gotten drafted. He may have also, be a part of a different team's media day, a different team's preseason, different team's training camp. Like, he would have been somewhere, guys, because he is Bronny James. The guy was an All-American in high school. He had a very unfortunate heart. He went to cardiac arrest when he was practicing at USC. He was able to come back later that season and still get drafted. So, look, he's not expected to be in the Lakers rotation. JJ Redick did not name him, while he did name Dalton, was trying to name Dalton Connect as the other guy, Jalen Hood-Schifino, a second-year player. So, he's not going to play a whole lot of minutes, and that's okay. But the fact that he is around his LeBron Sr. and he is in the locker room, he's around it, that's giving LeBron more life. And maybe that's giving him some extra juice that when Bryce James, his other son, gets in the NBA, which is going to be a few years from now, maybe that will be like give LeBron more energy. And not only can he play with one of his sons, but we're going to see something that I'm not quite sure we've really ever seen in definitely not basketball history, but maybe not even sports history. But someone can fact check me on that. Don't quote me. That he could play with both of his sons, which is quite amazing. But we've exhausted LeBron James enough here. Again, amazing accomplishment to be able to play with your son. I personally never played professional basketball, but I did work with my dad when he used to own a pizzeria, and that was a pretty cool experience. So trust me, it definitely does come back full circle somehow. But let's talk about the 9-man rotation for October 22nd. We're going to call a shot now here, guys, about who those players are going to be. So we know the starting lineup. D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reaves, that's your backcourt. We know the front court, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and Anthony Davis. But who's going to play behind them? It seems like JJ Redick, again, guys, if we're going to talk about the most conviction he had when speaking. Yep, of course. Guys, I don't know how to show graphics. He said that Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, when he's healthy, those are the first two guys he named when talking about off the bench. So, Gabe Vincent, and all reports are saying he's healthy, he will be the backup guard, most likely the first one off the bench for the Lakers. Jackson Hayes, not only because he is maybe the next best big man for Anthony Davis, he's also really the only one. So, I think Gabe Vincent and Jackson Hayes are your two biggest locks. And based on what LeBron James has been saying today about how impressed he's been with Max Christie, based on the money, the 4-year, $32 million contract that Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office gave him this offseason, the fact that JJ Redick is really hyped up Max Christie, it almost seems like Max Christie is pretty close, damn near lock for the Lakers to be playing night 1 against Minnesota on October 22nd. So that is an 8-man rotation right there. Some teams only really rock with 7 or 8, but JJ Redick wants to have 9, at least for the regular season. So that is what we're going to expect is Jared Vanderbilt, guys. It does not seem like there's a whole lot of confidence he's going to be ready to play come opening night. We're not quite sure. So we do know that he's not 100% healthy, though. That we definitely know, and he's still recovering from both surgeries on each of his feet from this offseason. So Austin Reaves, D'Angelo Russell, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, Anthony Davis, Max Christie, Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes. That leaves one more spot. I think Jalen Hood-Schifino will be the odd man out because he's a little similar to Max Christie and Gabe Vincent, where he's a guard. He doesn't have, Christie doesn't have enough size to really play the 3-4. He's more of a 2-3. Gabe Vincent's really more of a 1, maybe a 2, I guess, on the offensive side of the ball, not defensively. So I think Jalen Hood-Schifino probably going to be the odd man out there. So that leaves Cam Reddish, who excuse me, guys. As of now, he's dealing with what Lakers called soreness, and that he is not going to be He wasn't practicing 5-on-5, but was doing other drills today. So I don't know if that's a soreness from his first practice. I don't know. All they said was soreness. So that's all we know, guys. I'm not going to come here and speculate on other things. So Cam Reddish is a possibility. Dalton Connect, another possibility for those final two rotation minutes. I know Laker fans would probably love to see Dalton Connect. Probably has a lot more offensive upside than what Cam Reddish is going to provide. Definitely, I even think at this point, probably a better shooter than Cam Reddish. But defensively, is not as big and doesn't have the wingspan and size or versatility that Cam Reddish does. Because Max Christie and Gabe Vincent are viewed more as shooters anyway, I actually think that Cam Reddish is probably going to be favored. I know Laker fans don't want to really hear that, but I think that he's going to be the one because he kind of will play that Jared Vanderbilt role off the bench guarding the team's best perimeter defender. So that's my prediction, guys, for night one as of right now, assuming that Jared Vanderbilt is not 100% ready to go come October 22nd, but we don't know that for a fact. But we are going to get a really good glimpse at it potentially in this first preseason game against Minnesota. That is this Friday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you're like me on the East Coast, 10:30 p.m. It's going to be on NBA TV or I'm sure on Spectrum Sports as well if you're out there watching in the LA area. We're going to be really excited to watch. We're definitely going to give some coverage. I'm going to give a bit of a preview in a couple days as well as to what to expect, and that's going to include you guys getting a little bit of a sneak peek here about the 9-man rotation. So thank you if you have listened. Definitely be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. I love interacting with you guys. I love the conversations we have. Let me know who you think the 9-man rotation should be for the Los Angeles Lakers. My guess as of right now on October 1st, first of the month, I'm going to make my shot, make my prediction. I'm going to say D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reaves, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, Anthony Davis as your starting five with Gabe Vincent, Max Christie, Cam Reddish, and Jackson Hayes coming off the bench. But again, guys, be sure to tune into our content here on Lakers Digest.